Today I want to try a new AI tool called Kiro. Kiro is basically the AI IDE. They have a free trial for now. We can try it. So I want to try plan first and build, create requirements in design before the coding starts. So that's what I'm going to do today. So for my project, I have a Copilot metrics viewer. This is for GitHub Copilot. And we see here acceptance rate, total prompts, etc. I want to add a panel here which show me adoption rate for organization. It doesn't exist right now, so I try to use Kira to do that. So basically what their documentation suggests is start from creating new specifications. So I go here and create new spec. And as a specs are structured way to build features, so you can plan before building. Okay. Let me create a new spec. So what I want to say, I want to create a new panel on organization page, which will show me adoption rate. Uh, to calculate adoption rate, use the following. Oops, hit enter. Oh man. Anyway, let me copy adoption calculation example from different tool. Let's keep reading. Move to design phase. What if I try to adjust? Please adjust specs to use the following to calculate adoption. And I provide the example how to calculate adoption. Grab total active, calculate average, blah, blah, blah. So let's see if that works. Kira is saying now understand the adoption rate calculation, and it create for me requirements.md. It's supposed to get into the specs. Okay. As far as I can see, it use Claude Sonnet by default. Again, this is the free version I got. There's a preview. It's free. There is no any options to buy it for now. So anything is in preview. It give you access to two models, Claude Sonnet 4 OR and Claude Sonnet 3.7, and default one is 4 OR. And so the question is, do the requirements look good? If so, we can move to design. Let me see what options I have here. I've created requirements.md. I can view div, or I assume I can discard the file. Let me click on requirements.md. I got it here. Let me introduction. This feature adds a new adoption rate panel to organization page of GitHub Copilot metrics viewer. That's just pretty cool. Give me requirements one in a user story format. So basically, I can take it and put it into the Jira ticket. As organization administrator, I want to see the adoption rate of GitHub Copilot in my organization so that I can understand how many developers are actively using the tool. Cool. Acceptance criteria. Then viewing organization page, then the system shall display an adoption rate. I'll assign existing metrics. Yes. Use the function. Some more. Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to detail implementation and acceptance criteria. I don't think that's correct. I would say implementation criteria is supposed to be discussed later, but anyway. Yeah, I don't want to, yeah, seems okay. Yeah, let's move to design phase. I click move to design phase and it's doing something. It's create me a design document. Let me first examine the existing metric structure and components to understand how to integrate the adoption rate panel. So it's going through files and it's creating design.md after the specs.md. What's that file? Adoption rate panel. Oh, okay, I see. So adoption rate panel is kind of a specification project. In this, we have a requirements, design, and after requirements done and design done, we will move to the task list. That's pretty neat. Let me design document. Adoption rate panel will add a new metrics. Okay. Adoption panel integrates seamlessly with existing metric architecture. New utility function needs to be created, right? Data sources from the current API endpoints. That's correct. Consistent styling. A new utility class that handles adoption. So they give me an adoption rate calculator. Seat number, adopted devs. I hope that's correct. So basically it provide me design how to handle errors. What kind of unit test needs to be created? That's neat. Integration test. That's I like it. Oh, performance test. Come on, buddy. Even performance test. Okay. Implementation approach. 4 phases. Okay. Let's say I like it. Um, what next? Does design look good? If so, we can move to implementation plan. Let's try move to implementation plan. Just create requirements. This was a stage 1, design stage 2, now implementation. So it's create a task.md file. I assume it will create a task list. So the agent mode will follow task list moving forward. As you can see here, there's agent hooks. I'm not even used yet. Agent steering, I have not even used. And MCP servers, I did not connect any MCP yet. Okay, let's create task.md file. Let me check. Create adoption utility class. And this is my task list, which is pretty neat. And perform optimization. Okay, let's finalize task list. Okay. Technically, I can just change if I need something here or add extra tasks. Give me the summary. Okay. So what's next? 3 changes accepted. Yes, 3 changes accepted. You can start executing task by opening task.md file and clicking start task. Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that before yet. So basically here I can start task now and I can start one by one. Interesting. Can I just start all of them? Oh, I need to do one by one. Seems I have to do one by one. Okay. Execute task 1 in progress. And we start this task as well. Interesting. I'm wondering what's their context window size creating. So it's created a TypeScript file for me to calculate adoption rate. Now it's looking for test. I don't think there is a test because it's a new. Yeah, trust. Waiting for my input. What's that? Oh, right here. Here we go. Okay, there's an error. Cannot find module seats. I assume it's supposed to fix an error now. I assume that the import statement is incorrect here. Trust command and accept command. Let's trust and accept. Same error. Same problem in imports. So that's the file. So we're fitting here model seats import from. How does import work in our files? Seats from model seats API. I'm wondering if it will be able to find a solution on itself. What to notice then AI is trying to fix itself. I just get deeper and deeper into trouble. I can give it a couple more shots, but if not, I can try it in another IDE, augment code, for example, and see if that works better. And we just started the first task. Okay. Okay. Here we go. We have tests passed. That's quite a bit. 17 tests. It's created 17 tests for us. It says excellent. All tests passing. Let me clean up the temporary test file. Sure. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, now it's saying what was done, what first task completed. Second task is write unit tests. Let me do npm Install. Because in the future task is just enhancement. No, this update main component. Okay, let me see if any changes on UI. npm run dev. We got localhost 3001. Starting 001 somehow. Oh, because 3000 it's busy. Okay, it's loading. I don't see any adoption rate. Okay. Let me continue with the tasks then. Yeah, I see the start task for its update main component. Oh, it's waiting for me. Here we go. I guess it's created tests in the first cycle. So it's kind of just verifying the tests tests are there. Okay, added more tests, additional test scenarios. I'm not sure why we're talking about seeds data. We need adoption rate. Implement, calculate. In task 4, we have we have task 5, test adoption rate. Implement responsive design. Oh, we have so many tasks. Why I can just start it and go do my stuff. That's what I'm used to. Those tests. Oh man, it's created like a 300 lines of tests. Waiting for my input. Run. Start running tests. Oh man, 34 tests passed and just one failed. All tests passed. Keep running, keep creating tests. Okay, it's completed task 2. How can I run all tasks? Can view execution here, can view changes here. How to run all tasks together? It says autopilot. Oh man. Now we move into task 3, which is enhance metric viewer component with adoption rate tile. Oh, that's from here we're supposed to maybe see something. Okay, I see it's updating UI components. So basically it's created backend component, as I understand, the whole calculation logic, then the right test for this. Now it's updating UI. If I click trust, it just give me what trust command. Oh, adding a command to the trust list allows me after run this command in the future without asking. Full command. Okay, now I added this into approved list. So basically in the trust you need to, oh, I should pick the base maybe, in case I don't wanna each time to confirm npm commands. Okay, let me trust now and add all base commands so I don't need to each time confirm npm. Let's see if that works. Okay, we completed our tasks. Sorry. What? Already at npm to the trusted list? Again, what? Oh, it's I want to curl and see if the thing is there. I can do it myself as well. That would be neat to see something here. It's loading. Adoption rate. Yeah, I see adoption rate is 0 for now. Well, that's cool. This we have this panel now here. And we have a tooltip. Adopted Copilot within organization, average active user from top 10 organizations by activity and comparing to the average seats from the same organization. It's trying to verify itself. Why it's calling 300? Should be 3001. Port should be this. Let's see if you should curl this URL. Do you understand? Here we go. What next? Great, the server is running successfully. Let me stop dev server and mark task as complete. Sure. Task execution aborted? Who aborted it? Okay, let's retry. So basically, it started examining it again. The task got aborted, probably I click something. All tasks completed. It's just running tests to confirm test is passing, I assume. Oh, it's passed all tests. Run all tests for the whole application. Compilation error. npx. Let me trust those commands as well. So it says those errors not related to our changes, at least. Okay, build complete. Verifying subtasks. Runs test again. Okay, now our task complete. Let's start with the task 4. Update main component to pass seeds data to metrics viewer. Okay, so there is no need to update error handling. I misread that. Now I need to improve error handling. Okay. Update CSS styling. Verify my, it says verify Kira's implementation. Okay, test passed. Okay, it's building now. Okay, what's going on? Oh, okay, it's implement our task. Let's start next one. Add integration test for adoption rate panel. So it's create unit test, integration test. Okay. It's creating, but I see file is empty for a while. I'm not sure if it's stuck or something. Okay, now it's coming. Yeah. Okay, 600 lines. Trying to run it. They all failed. Imports are not working. Yeah, it's interesting. It's giving me like 600 of lines in a second. Not in a second, but pretty quick. Creating mock data, etc. I have still this app running on 4000 to kill it. Yeah, test is still failing. Yeah, test is failing. Okay, I think we get a task 5 completed and we can move on to task 6. Implement responsive design and accessibility. I want to see, okay, give me the overview, what's happened. npm run build. Let's build and run dev and see what's, let's see if we have any data where npm run dev. Let's run our application. Now it's runs on a 4000. Okay. Adoption rate still 0, which is not correct for sure. Anyway, let's complete all tasks and see if that helps. Add integration, mostly tests. So it's supposed to show me already the, anyway. Doing accessibility implementation, but I think the logic seems pretty, logic is not working because we have a 0 rate right here. So at this point, I'm at task 6 and I'm getting error that the model I'm selecting is experiencing high volume of traffic. I'll try to switch to Sonnet 3.7 because I tried a couple times with 3.4 and I'm getting this error. See if the 3.7 will work. Basically, a number task 6 is completed. It just cannot figure out itself that the task is completed. Trying to run all tests and then just run out of credentials or whatever. Maybe Sonnet 3.7 will work. We'll see. The change model, it start updating files one more time. Before it says, oh, everything already updated. I think we already went through all those tasks. Seems to start adding accessibility and responsive design changes to all panels, not just adoption panel. It says I will update remaining metrics, so it starts updating the responsiveness and accessibility for all tiles, not only adoption rate. I think that's why it takes a lot of time now to complete. So those tasks you create, you need to make sure they are actually relevant to what you're doing. Because this particular task is not about adoption panel, which I'm creating, but seems it's related to the whole site. So it's updated the whole, every panel, CSS files to ensure accessibility, readability, and responsiveness. I get task six complete, so I implemented that responsiveness and accessibility and covered whole tests for the whole application. But I need to make sure my adoption rate is working. Let me build it and run it. to make sure there's a data there. Okay, UI is pretty good. I see it says there are some changes in the panels. The color, oh, they now are highlighted. That's pretty good. My concern, adoption rate is 0. That's my concern. But then now they look much better. I'm sure the our titles are still the same. It's just organization page was updated. It's nicely popping up here, but the rate is 0. Let me do a screenshot and try to pass screenshot to the tool. Uh, Adoption rate is 0, which is definitely not correct. Check data flow from API response to the rendering. Let's see if the Kira will be able to fix that. Okay, so I paused the video, I don't know, maybe last 10 minutes. The Claude 3.7 model tried to figure out what's the problem, and they find out that they they fetched seeds from the API in the wrong way and need to do some calculation to fix it. So they fix it, and now we can see adoption rate is popping up here. Or last 28, we have 40%. So as you can see, it's updated the UI as well. So add another panel here with adoption rate. It's updated accessibility and responsiveness. I'm sure. So this is how it looks like. I like how the panels are popping up. Then you hover over. If you compare panels which were not updated, see they're just static here. Here as well. Like here, nothing happened, right? If you go to that page, which we updated, the main page, you see the panels popping up a little bit. If you hover over, they have a nice layout. Numbers looks pretty. Okay, so that was done a bit more than an hour. Let me summarize. So we create requirements to create that panel. It creates requirements for us. It's not like myself creating requirements. I just provide a natural language and they create requirements. Then it create for me a design file, and then it created task files. So basically the implementation itself was task 1 and 2. Uh, some of them for sure task 3 and 4, but those task 5 and 6 we spend a lot of time on. That's just adding extra testing, including accessibility testing and CSS testing, accessibility and responsiveness testing, and functionality as well. So it took a long time, but basically it took maybe 1 hour, 20 minutes for me to add this UI component, which looks pretty decent, and update some styling here as well, which I like more than default one. So that's we just tested agent mode. Again, this is the free preview of Kira. I would mention my Claude Sonnet point 4. Maybe they have some limit because it starts lagging and saying that the rate is too high. Try another one. I did not try agent hooks yet. I did not try agent steering and did not try MCP servers here, but seems that complete task really well. I like how it follow the latest trend in AI coding by creating requirements, then design, and then tasks. That's definitely pretty cool. I assume if you enhance it with the hooks and agent steering and MCP servers will be even better. I don't know what's the uh, context window here, how much, how big can be your project. This project is pretty decent, quite a bit of files. If I go to the changes, it writes a lot of tests, but if I go to the changes, uh, if I go to the actual files, like test file, this particular file is almost 400 lines. This file is an hour 200. This file is ooh, an hour 400. That's 1,000 approximately, and an hour 400. Bunch of tests, right? So this is the actual function implementation, 200 lines. and the bunch of changes in CSS in front-end components files. Not much here. Yeah, CSS was updated. This is quite a bit. I would say maybe close to 2,000 lines was written for 1 hour, basically. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, again, I'm wondering if you can create a pull request for me. Let's do a last task. Create a pull request for me with detailed description of changes as well as commit message. Let's see if that works. Let me close this. Just remove it from the. Let's see if it can create a pull request for me. Okay, it's create a branch. I was already on branch, but that's fine. Maybe it's here on functionality. No. Here. There's no default functionality to create a commit message. Nothing staged. What I notice is Claude Sonnet 3.7 a bit slower. It start adding. There is no built-in functionality. Seems like, right? Is Kira trying to add components one by one. So basically, it will add one component to the stage, then it run git status, trying to figure out what was changed. Now it start adding more components to the staged area. I don't see built-in functionality on create this. This for sure provide me with some advice how to create commit message. Now this is it says fix adoption rate calculation. We did not fix it. We create new functionality and pull request again, fix adoption rate calculation and improve accessibility. So that's basically give me technical details. But yeah, unfortunately, there is no built-in functionality for commits message to pull request, which is kind of bad. But anyway, maybe if you add MCP server for github.com, it will add some functionality like this. But for now, it's not. Okay, that's it for today.